I stared at my phone. The silence in my small apartment felt suffocating. It was my 22nd birthday, and I had cleared my entire day to spend it with Jared, my boyfriend. But now, hours had passed, and he was nowhere to be found. My heart sank as I dialed his number for what felt like the 100th time. The call went straight to voicemail, just like the others. Jared was the heir to a powerful mafia lord, and his life was anything but ordinary. His days were filled with danger, secrecy, and constant demands from his father's empire. We had made plans 3 months ago, knowing how busy he was, but now it seemed like those plans meant nothing to him. I tried to push away the nagging worry in my chest, the worry that something had gone wrong, or worse, that he was with her. Sarah, his first love, the woman who had just returned to the city, stirring up old memories and new insecurities. I shook my head, refusing to let my thoughts spiral. Jared loved me. He had saved me once when a rival gang tried to kidnap me during a raid. He wouldn't just abandon me on my birthday, right? A text notification pulled me out of my thoughts. It was from Jared. Something urgent came up. I stared at the message, my fingers trembling as I typed back. Will I see you today? The minutes dragged on, and my anxiety grew. I reached for my pills, swallowing one with a shaky breath. Dating Jared had never been easy, but I had always believed it was worth it. He was my protector, my confidant, my everything. But lately, the cracks in our relationship were becoming harder to ignore. My mind wandered back to our last date, when Jared had promised to meet me at an ice cream shop. I waited for him, my heart sinking as the minutes turned into an hour. When I finally called him, he told me he had to help Sarah move a couch. A couch. He could have sent one of his men, but he chose to go himself. I had tried to brush it off, but the memory lingered like a dark cloud. Now, on my birthday, I couldn't shake the feeling that history was repeating itself. I glanced at the melting ice cream cake on the table and rushed it to the freezer, trying to distract myself. But as I closed the freezer door, a notification popped up on my phone. It was a live video trending on social media, and the caption made my stomach churn. Sarah Morelli written in fireworks. I clicked on the video, and my heart shattered into a million pieces. There, on a luxurious cruise ship, was Jared, holding hands with Sarah. The fireworks lit up the night sky, spelling out her name in glittering lights. My breath caught in my throat as I watched him laugh at something she said, his face glowing with a happiness I hadn't seen in months. Tears welled up in my eyes as I realized the truth. Jared wasn't at work. He wasn't in danger. He was with Sarah, celebrating her in a way he had never celebrated me. The man I loved, the man I had trusted with my life, was lying to me on my birthday. I called him again, my hands shaking with anger and hurt. He answered on the third ring, his voice sharp and impatient. Ashley, why are you blowing up my phone? Excuse me for interrupting your very private date, I snapped, my voice dripping with sarcasm. I'm busy at work, he said, his tone defensive. Busy at work? I laughed bitterly. I can see how busy you are, Jared. Maybe when you're done, you'll propose to Sarah with fireworks too. Are you calling me a liar? He demanded, his voice rising. If you don't want me to call you worse, tell me where you are right now. I shot back. I'm at work. I could get shot for fuck's sake. Calm down, he yelled, but I could see him on the live video, standing next to Sarah, his face calm and carefree. The realization hit me like a punch to the gut. If Sarah could make him lie to me on my birthday, then there was no point in holding on to a relationship built on lies. Enjoy your luxury cruise, Jared, I said, my voice steady despite the tears streaming down my face. But don't even think about coming back to me. What makes you so bold to accuse me of this? He demanded, his anger palpable. It doesn't matter, mister. Social media couple of the year. Enjoy your life with Sarah. We're through. I ended the call and threw my phone onto the couch, my chest heaving with sobs. The live video ended shortly after, and Jared tried to call me back, but I put my phone on flight mode. I didn't want to hear his excuses or his lies. Not today. As I sat alone in my apartment, the silence felt heavier than ever. But for the first time in a long time, I felt a sense of clarity. Jared had chosen Sarah over me, and I wasn't going to waste another moment waiting for him to change. I grabbed a spoon and dug into the ice cream cake, the sweetness a stark contrast to the bitterness in my heart. It was my birthday, and I was starting a new chapter, one where I was the priority. Jared had gotten a taste of his own medicine, and now it was my turn to be busy too. As the tears dried on my cheeks, I smiled through the pain. This was just the beginning.